From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, November the 14th, 2017. American security officials landed in Israel today for talks on Syria and Iran. The delegation from the U.S. National Security Council arrived for meetings with their Israeli counterparts in the wake of the U.S.-Russia agreement regarding Syria and how that affects Israel's border with the war-torn country. The agreement reportedly allows for militias associated with Iran to position themselves at a relatively close proximity to Israel's border with Syria. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said yesterday that Israel would do what it needed to do to protect itself. He said, "I have clarified to our friends in Washington and our friends in Moscow that we will operate in Syria, including southern Syria, in accordance with our understanding and in accordance with our security needs." Well, the IDF has deployed several Iron Dome missile defense batteries in the last few days in central Israel in light of ongoing threats from Islamic Jihad and other Palestinian terror groups in Gaza, after the IDF last month demolished a terror tunnel that led from Gaza into Israel, intended to be used to kidnap Israelis. A number of Palestinian terrorists were killed in that tunnel detonation, and Hamas and Islamic Jihad have both warned Israel of repercussions. IDF Major General Yoav Mordechai released a video in Arabic on Saturday warning Islamic Jihad against any retaliation, saying that any attack would be met with a powerful and determined Israeli response. And U.S. Special Representative for International Negotiations Jason Greenblatt also responded to the threats, writing on social media that extremist statements and provocation versus Israel by Islamic Jihad significantly harm the people of Gaza, urging the Palestinian Authority to resume full responsibility in Gaza. Greenblatt wrote on Twitter, U.S. is working with the PA, Israel, Egypt, and others to try to improve the situation. Gaza, he said, deserves better. And staying with the special envoy, Greenblatt welcomed the family of 3 Israeli terror victims to the White House yesterday. Michal Solomon's husband, father-in-law, and sister-in-law were all murdered in a stabbing attack inside their home in the West Bank Jewish settlement of Chalamish this past July. Michal and her children were able to hide and were not harmed. Yesterday, they and her father were greeted by Greenblatt, who said he was privileged to host the family, hailing their courage. Israel's President Reuven Rivlin addressed the Jewish Federation of North America's General Assembly last night in Los Angeles, his first major speech to Jewish communities outside of Israel. Rivlin touched on a number of topics in his remarks, including rising anti-Semitism, the threat from Iran, peace, and Jewish unity.
As one nation, we shall continue to fight together against anti-Semitism in all its forms. From the vandalism of Jewish cemeteries to terror attack against our brothers and sisters around the world. From BDS campuses to attacking Israel's legitimacy in the United Nations, and Danny Dano knows that very well. There is no room for any kind of hesitation. There will be no peace. There will be no peace until we all understand that we are not doomed to live together. It is our destiny to live together, Arabs and Jews, and they have to understand that the Jewish people have returned back to the only homeland they have, the land of Israel, Eretz Israel, and we are ready to live along with them. As for the Kotel agreement, the development of the agreement was a sensitive process led by the Israeli government in order to try to bridge the gap. I hope that in the future we can return to the table negotiation and reach an understanding on this important, very important issue. Let's put the arguments, and I know I know, dear brothers and sisters, my dear family, I know that we have arguments. Let's put them aside and work together in order also to solve the disagreements between us. Let's develop our mutual commitment as well as a value and as an action for the good of the Jewish people, for the good of the State of Israel, for the good of the whole world, and for the good of America, that I am a guest just now here. God bless America. God bless you all, my dear family. God bless you all.
Rivlin also met on the sidelines of the GA with Wonder Woman Israeli actress Gal Gadot. The United Nations Under-Secretary General for Field Support Atul Khare signed a letter of assist with the Israeli government yesterday to extend a technology pilot program designed to improve security for MINUSCA, the UN's multi-dimensional integrated stabilization mission in the Central African Republic. The life-saving technology from Israel will help improve security for the UN mission in the Republic's day-to-day operations. Israel has been offering assistance in this regard since 2015, and the UN released a statement that the Department of Field Support thanks the government of Israel for its continued support to UN peacekeeping. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, November the 14th. At 7 o'clock, President of the Shalom Hartman Institute of North America, Yehuda Kurtzer, discusses the evolution of the idea of a Jewish homeland. At 8, National Director of Contemporary Jewish Life for the American Jewish Committee, Stephen Boehm, describes the history of the Balfour Declaration from the AJC Westchester Fairfield at Temple Beth El in Stamford. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with IDF Sergeant in Reserve Benjamin Anthony from the organization Our Soldiers Speak on L'chaim. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, the Israeli debate program Frenemies at 6:30. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, November the 14th, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader.